This is Temp Tats magazine here with Knumears. It is October 28th, 2023, and we are here live at the compound in Houston, Texas. So I'd like to introduce the band for those who aren't already familiar. Could we go around and get your name, your role in the band, and your favorite band of all time?
Damn, that's tough. Frankie, I play drums.
Born Against.
Oh yeah, definitely. Born Against is big.
I'm Matt. I play guitar, and my favorite band of all time is Dinosaur Jr.
I'm Dante. I play bass. My favorite band of all time would be The Clash.
Whoa, I didn't.
I want to go back to the very beginning of Knumears. How did you guys all come together, and what was your first gig like?
So, our original guitar player Noah, who actually moved to Austin, me and him, we've known each other since like elementary school. In high school, we started playing guitar. He knew I played drums from the past, and then we started a little jam band. And then I met Matt because Matt was living with Noah. We played like hardcore music in the beginning, and just messing around, just like super immature like punk songs. Our very first gig as a band was a little open mic in our general area.
We played one song.
Yeah, we played one song for like 30 seconds, and like it was so much fun. Like, we were so stoked because everyone was like hyped. Everyone was like really like pumped on it. Because I think at that time, I would say it was like 17, 18. Like the indie scene was very big in our area, so like there wasn't many punk bands or like hardcore bands. So I think when people heard that, they kind of liked the fresh air. I think just from what I think I could be wrong, but that's how we all met. We were like a hardcore band for like a year. COVID happened. We kind of stopped playing, and then I think all of us kind of matured musically, and then we started writing more like melodic post-hardcore riffs. And actually, it's funny that song Wednesday, like it became so popular. It was like one of the first of like 3 songs we ever wrote. I honestly think it was the first one.
It was the
like
first
sincerely,
one.
I think that was the first song we wrote because it was like we wanted to do the fast parts, but like Noah just like made like a cool little picking pattern riff. So yeah, it's just funny. It trips us out that like that song is kind of like our most known song, but like it's so old and we're so old playing it.
What's the origin of the band name? How did you guys come up with it?
So
Go.
it's this band Honeywell. It was a big inspiration for myself at least to like want to start like going into the like emo violence, screamo, like noisy hardcore direction. They have a song called You and Me Screaming Knumears. So as you may notice, our Instagram handle is Me and Me Screaming, and I just try to do clever wordplay that bit us in the ass. Like now no one pronounces our name right, so that's what we did. If I knew that like we would have gained so much like traction, I would have chosen something way different. Being 17, 18, I was like, oh, that's cool. It wasn't. It's not.
So you guys have been traveling around like a lot lately, and I'm wondering what are some of your favorite cities or venues that you've played?
I love playing the Bay. Every time we play like San Francisco or like Oakland and stuff, it's so much fun because all the people up there are so nice, and like it just feels like home up there. And playing New York is awesome, and then Texas, getting to see our friends out here is really cool.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Yeah, San Francisco Bay is because like we like got real close with like the whole scene up there too. So like it's just super nice people and like they really like involved with the scene. So San Francisco Bay Area for sure.
I'd say the places that we aren't friends with. I like Seattle a lot. That was a lot of fun. Washington was really cool. It was a good time.
When you guys play shows in new environments, do you experience like pre-show nerves? Do you get nervous? And if you do, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I don't get nervous much anymore. I used to get super nervous like before shows and like not even being at the venue, but like the week coming. I don't know if it was like nervous, it was like nervous, anxious, and like excited energy, and like I would get sick like off the time. It was fucking weird.
Like cold.
Yeah, I'd get cold. It was so weird. But now I think just playing so often, like, it deteriorates in a positive way. Not like you don't look forward to playing and like it's not like fun anymore. It's just like you're confident in your music ability, so you're not as anxious of like I'm gonna mess up. But recently we all played with like a band we looked up to, Jerome Stream, if you've heard of them. Like we were all very nervous for that show. Like I think that was the first time in a good minute where we were like, fuck, like that nervous energy came back. Like you want to throw up on yourself.
Yeah, I think like even if it's like not somewhere new necessarily, but playing on like in a more intimate venue is always more nerve-wracking than playing in like on a big stage, which I feel like everybody thinks is the opposite. But like playing in in like a room where you can see everybody's face and you like think you know what they're thinking, like they're just making fun of you or something in their head. Like it's super nerve-wracking, and then like compared to like a bigger venue where like there's all these lights shining in your face and you're like on a stage and can't really like see what anybody looks like. It's more like you end up being more confident and being like, okay, like it's not a big deal.
I think I'm always kind of a little anxious. I don't know, but I do like. I don't know. It's just like the way we practice too is kind of just like we all look at each other. So like that's why like I like being like turned to the side and not fully facing out to the people because like I'm focusing on like my vocal cues and like my parts and like sometimes looking cool while playing. There's a lot going on in my head. Sometimes, you know. So.
Is there any places that y'all haven't played yet that you really want to?
Europe. Yeah, like out of country stuff would be really cool.
Philly.
Yeah,
We haven't played Philly yet. We're going to.
Versus Self played Philly,
Oh.
so like that was fun. But I want to go to Florida. Looks cool. There's a few like cool bands down there, and then
What is y'all's dream tour lineup? With you.
that's gonna change. Like I think for each person, so that'd be interesting. But I would say for me, like if it was Knumears, Oathiel would be a lot of fun, and then what like 3-4 bands I think.
However many.
Like an 8-band bill.
Go for it.
Oathiel. Yeah.
Salvador and A. I think I would love to play with Oathiel, like go on tour with Oathiel. First Self, always.
I always love playing with Party Hats though. The last tour we did, I feel like the last tour we did was like pretty like.
That was a pretty
stacked
good,
up.
like that was we're
I
all
was super
for it.
hyped on that. I was
Like that was a good time.
Describe Knumears to someone who's never listened to you.
Fuck. Just loud.
I mean, it, like at work, people ask me like, "Oh, what kind of band are you in?" I usually will just say melodic hardcore.
Really?
I'll just say a hardcore.
Yeah,
like a punk
I
band.
say you were screaming hardcore. Like,
I say melodic hardcore just because like I think when like old heads hear the word screamo like that aren't into like music, they think of like mall, screamo and stuff, like all the scene bands. So I always steer away from that word unless like I kind of know, like okay maybe they know about certain genres and stuff, but I just say melodic hardcore.
Yeah, I just say like a hardcore band or like a punk band, and then we're just loud and like scream. It's hard.
yeah, my grandma likes to say that like, "Are you playing the screaming band?" Then she'll like do the mocking scream too, and then she'll start laughing, and then I'll get butthurt and then go to my room. That's real. But yeah, hardcore like typical like screamo punk more so yeah.
I think I sometimes like to think that we're like more like a melodic hardcore band than like a screamo band. I feel like we don't have all the screamo like checks, you know. I think like screamo has a lot of like odd time signatures, like pretty fast, complex parts. Though like that sometimes happens with us. Like I think we always like do a pretty straightforward like we keep to our hardcore roots, but like we have our like toes and like that stuff. But I don't always consider us a screamo band.
What was the first band y'all ever fell in love with, or your like introduction to music?
It's really embarrassing, but for me, it's Blink.
Oh yeah,
182.
baby.
Yeah, that's mine. Like, not like some people think it's all lame, but like
It's not
their
lame,
old
bro.
stuff. Yeah, they're like
It's not
old. I
lame.
love their old stuff for like a while. Like I still do. I love all that shit. Like the first 3-4 records are like definitely my top 20. I put it in my top 20 list for sure. Yeah.
Well, like my dad would always play me music and stuff, and I think like a big band that really got me into like just music in general is like Bad Religion or Led Zeppelin. It's like kind of basic, but I think just like my dad showing me videos of them or like going to Bad Religion concerts, I always thought it was like the coolest thing, seeing them look so big on stage, and then like in interviews or whatever, just them being like so down to earth and like being real people, but they're just like seeing them be so like powerful. I just thought it was so cool. And, like, yeah, Led Zeppelin is the best.
My first band was Rancid. They were my first concert, and like, 'cause I like really love ska too. So like, they kind of like do the fusion of like punk and like ska and some like reggae too. Like band like Operation Ivy because like they're kind of intertwined. So definitely those two for sure.
Every show, do y'all order the set list in a specific way, or do you change it up every time?
Recently, we've been doing our newer stuff first, just because Matt will tune to like different or like switch guitars. So we always play our new stuff with like our titled songs that we have right now, and then we'll go into like usually the first song after the guitar switch is "Wish I Was," and then the rest of the set is kind of all like up in the air. We'll just kind of say it like while we're playing. We never usually write a set list down. We might if we're playing like a
good show.
a more like bigger venue, like that has like a stage.
Is there a specific song that y'all really look forward to playing, or a favorite that you have?
Yeah, I think I like apart from the newer stuff, Wish I Was. I always love playing Wish I Was because it's like the parts where like all three of us are screaming, or like when the crowd starts like singing along with us. I think it's so fun, and that song means a lot to me. So it's like I always look forward to playing that song.
I actually like playing One Measure. I like that one's kind of fun to play.
Yes.
And Untitled actually.
Yeah.
Super fucking fun.
Untitled is going to be like my favorite, just because it's fun on drums. But like, just the fastness of it is cool. It's like a song we were pretty like I think all think that was like a song we were like our best writing ability at the moment. I think it'll progress.
In a zombie apocalypse situation, which one of you guys is living the longest, and who's going first?
I'm living the longest. Dante's dying first. Me and Matt will probably kick it for a few days.
And like
And then he's
he
a
would
rat.
sacrifice me probably.
Yeah, I'm living though. Trust me. We'll
If,
figure it out.
if y'all had a mascot, what animal or creature would it be?
Kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty?
Specifically, one with headphones on screaming, or one with a guitar.
Or a unicorn.
That's good. And do you guys have any words of wisdom for up-and-coming bands that want to do what y'all are doing?
Don't. I'm just kidding.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's a waste of time.
I think just write whatever your heart feels like writing. Like, it doesn't have to be screamo music. It doesn't have to be whatever like is popular at the time. Like, write what you truly want to write. And if people like understand it, people will like, you know what I mean? Or like, if people will relate to anything that you write. As long as you feel something about it, like people will be about it.
And to conclude, is there any shout-outs that you want to give, or any message that you have for your fans?
Just thank you to everyone who comes to our shows. You don't always say it. I know we don't like talk all the time, but we are super, super, super grateful for like everybody. We don't think we're too cool for anyone and all that shit. We super, super grateful to be where we are. Yeah, this guy's got salvage denim on his head.
Damn.
Too cool for anybody. But yeah, sincerely thank you, and just a huge shout out to like all our friends. I mean, it's hard to like list everyone, but all the bands we play with from back home, almost everyone who's doing it in Southern California now. Like, we're friends with them, and they're a huge part of what's going on and keeping that shit alive. And everyone that we get to play with, a huge shout out to them because it's awesome. Yeah. Salmon
And this is Temp Tats magazine here with Knumears. You can catch them in issue 6 of Temp Tats coming like January 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at this dude's hair, bro.
Damn, I can believe it. Like, this is never like this is gonna happen.